The theater lights dimmed slowly, and a heavy silence fell across the hall. The audience, buzzing moments earlier with casual chatter and anticipation, suddenly felt a strange tension in the air. This was not the usual kind of act people expected on a talent show. There were no instruments on stage, no dance crew warming up, no singer adjusting a microphone. Instead, the stage stood almost empty, illuminated by a cold, focused spotlight. In the center stood a single figure, calm, composed, and unsettlingly still. This was the mental contortionist. As the cameras zoomed in, the judges exchanged curious glances. In the world of USA talent shows, viewers had seen contortionists bend their bodies into impossible shapes and illusionists twist reality before their eyes. But a mental contortionist, that alone was enough to spark intrigue. The contestant did not smile. He did not wave. His presence felt controlled, almost surgical, as if every breath was calculated. He began by speaking softly, his voice steady and hypnotic. He explained that the human mind, much like the body, could be bent, stretched, and reshaped. While most performers relied on physical strength or flexibility, his art existed entirely within the mental realm. The audience leaned forward, some smiled nervously, others crossed their arms, unsure of what they were about to witness. He invited one of the judges to participate. The moment felt intimate yet dangerous, like stepping into unknown territory. The judge agreed, trying to appear confident, though the subtle tension in their posture told another story. The mental contortionist asked a series of simple questions, harmless on the surface, but each response seemed to draw the judge deeper into his control. The tone of the room shifted from curiosity to unease. Then came the first twist. Without touching the judge, without using props or obvious tricks, he described thoughts the judge had not spoken aloud. Memories surfaced, small details from childhood, personal preferences, moments never shared publicly. The audience gasped. The judge laughed nervously, but the laughter quickly faded as realization set in. This was not just entertainment. This felt invasive, precise, and disturbingly accurate. The cameras cut to the crowd. Some viewers covered their mouths. Others shook their heads in disbelief. In USA talent show history, moments like this defined viral performances, the kind that spread across social media within hours. This was one of those moments. The mental contortionist continued, increasing the intensity with each demonstration. He invited an audience member onto the stage. This time, the control was even more visible. The volunteers' posture changed. Their breathing slowed. At his instruction, they moved their arms and legs in ways that mirrored invisible strings being pulled. It was as if the mind itself had become a puppet. But the true power of the act was not fear, it was precision. He explained that mental flexibility was often more terrifying than physical contortion because people believed their thoughts were their own. By subtly guiding attention, emotion, and expectation, he showed how easily perception could be reshaped. The audience wasn't just watching anymore, they were participating, questioning their own sense of control. As the performance reached its climax, he delivered his final demonstration. He asked everyone in the theater to close their eyes. The room obeyed. In that darkness, guided only by his voice, the audience felt collective stillness. When he told them to open their eyes, something remarkable happened. Nearly every person reacted the same way at the same time, gasping, startled, emotionally shaken. No explosion, no visual trick, just the realization that their minds had been guided. Together, the judges sat in stunned silence. This was rare for a USA talent show stage, where reactions were often immediate and dramatic. Here, the pause said everything. One judge finally spoke, admitting that they had never felt so vulnerable on stage. Another described the act as deeply uncomfortable, but unforgettable. The third judge leaned forward and said what everyone was thinking: this was not just a performance, it was an experience. The audience erupted into applause, not the cheerful kind reserved for singers or dancers, but a thunderous, almost desperate reaction. People stood, not out of excitement alone, but out of respect and disbelief. This act had crossed a boundary. It challenged assumptions about talent itself. In the world of American-style talent shows, the most successful acts are the ones that leave a mark beyond the stage. The mental contortionist did exactly that. Long after the lights brightened and the stage reset for the next contestant, the feeling lingered. People questioned their thoughts, their reactions, and their sense of autonomy. Social media exploded that night. Clips of the performance circulated with captions filled with shock and fascination. Viewers argued about whether it was hypnosis, psychology, or something else entirely. Experts weighed in, skeptics tried to debunk it, fans defended it passionately. That debate only fueled the act's power. What made the mental contortionist truly special in a USA talent show context was not just originality, it was restraint. There were no exaggerated theatrics, no loud music to distract from the skill itself. The performance trusted the audience to feel, to think, and to confront their own mental limits. This was the kind of act that talent shows are made for. Not just entertainment, but transformation. By the end of the episode, one thing was clear. Whether people loved it or feared it, they could not forget it. The mental contortionist had turned the stage into a mirror, forcing everyone watching, judges, audience, and viewers at home, to reflect on the power of the human mind. And in the history of unforgettable USA talent show performances, this moment earned its place, not through spectacle, but through control, intelligence, and an unsettling reminder that sometimes, the most flexible thing in the world is not the body, but the mind.